Now I'm joined by Nigel Carter from Sligo County Council and Margaret Heffernan from Sligo Leader. You're very welcome to the brand new podcast room, guys. We're all very excited to be here, as I'm sure you are as well.
Yes, thank you very much. We're just getting the tour of the centre and it's fantastic. It's really modern, really updated, brilliant.
Yeah, it's great to see more of these kind of things happening. So I mean, from a leader point of view, what was your involvement in helping this come to fruition?
Well, I suppose staff-wise, I'm in the financial side of it, so I'm a bit housebound, but the rest of the staff would have been involved in the innovating communities and all of that side of it, and on the leader funding side of it.
Yeah.
So
and I know leader are hugely involved in so many things happening that maybe people don't realise. They see the name and a sign after it's made, but
absolutely,
there's huge work going on there.
I suppose a lot of people associate Leader with Leader projects and the funding, but there's an awful lot more work being done through the Leader programme. We have a SICAP programme which we support unemployment, new communities, people that are wanting to get back into the education side of it and then back into employment. We do a lot of training, we do a lot of courses around that.
And funding events and different... it's just endless.
Yeah.
I've seen over the years.
We have a large group of participants on our Tucson RSS scheme which work constantly in the community and do different events in the community and support the local communities.
Very good. So they might even be using this facility down the road some way as well. So it's connecting in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
And Nigel, from your own point of view, how were you involved in this project, or what was your kind of role?
Well, prior to COVID, we were involved with 4 pilot hubs in Sligo, Roscommon, Donegal, and Mayo. A pilot from the Department of Rural Community Development to fund hubs for remote working and the like. And we ran that as a pilot for the 4 sites, and we tried to get moving there, but COVID kind of tailed us off a little. So when we eventually got moving again, there was Connected Hubs funding as well, from the Department of Rural Community Development. So all of that has been pulled together, so we were able to do here a bigger job than we initially intended, and funded mainly by the department. And I think looking around, we'll agree it's just fantastic what has been achieved here. Yeah. While COVID stalled us, it also helped in that we were able to then extend further than was originally intended.
Yeah, there was a bigger need for this space then after that as well.
Yeah.
So is Sligo County Council, is this an active part of your strategy to go, let's get more of these around the county, or is there enough there and you're going, let's just build those or make them more connected as such?
Well, that's a continual debate as to if you build too many, they may be competing with each other. But we have to remember, it's not just remote working that we're looking at hubs and some of the broadband connection points. It's also the other side of e-health. We're looking at, we have an e-health centre now in Coolani. We're looking at the cultural streams, the education and digital skills streams. So there are other things other than remote working as well. So while we have to be careful not to compete too much over the remote working, there are other things going on.
Yeah, and I was saying it earlier on to Trish, the manager, that this is going to be a social space as much as innovation and economic, you know what I mean? So again, I presume, Leader, you've been involved in a lot of projects like that as well, where you're trying to help communities get together and involved in projects, whether it's a lovely space like this or other projects.
Exactly. We have a lot of community spaces that we're involved in and trying to get people to work together as a community with an area where one of the problems, I suppose, that we facing is the broadband may not be good in some areas. So I suppose really, I think that's a priority, is to make sure that each area has good broadband that can operate. Yeah.
So you're kind of fighting the case of that a bit more.
Yes.
You probably have more sway, council leader, to be talking up the chain.
Yeah.
So you are fighting for that.
And it is something that it's been highlighted within COVID.
Yeah.
The different areas that have very bad broadband and connection wise. So it's, I suppose, a job is to work on that and to improve that.
Well, I can see from being here today that it's been a huge effort by a number of agencies, and you're all to be commended for your part, but I'm sure you've all seen what the local community and the committee have done here. It's been amazing work, hasn't it?
Absolutely amazing, yeah.
They've been really good.
Well, that's been critical. My experience in centres around the county is that where there's a local drive, it makes a massive difference. The drive here, the team here from the beginning, they had such ideas and real... they were looking at all sorts of angles, and you're right saying about the community, that the community were never to be left out. Initially, going back some years, there was all sorts of community activities here at nights, and it was very important that wasn't pushed out over the remote working and all that. So that was a critical aspect, I think.
Yeah. And again, I think that is a huge part. The cultural, it could be meetings, it could be anything. So, I mean, it's a fantastic thing. And as you said, it was driven by the community. So I think was that organic bulb of growth in any centre that will always keep it stronger together. There wasn't one person with an agenda. And I mean, I know it's taken a lot of work. And as I said, it's yourselves to be commended. A lot of people don't see the people and the faces of some of these organisations locally.
But we could all come up with the great ideas.
Yeah, you need the energy on the ground.
It has to be coming from the community. There has to be buy-in from the community.
Yeah.
And over the years, like I'm over 25 years with Sligo Leader, Tubbercurry in itself has been such a powerhouse where community involvement is there.
Yeah, no, even to drive through it. And I suppose you have the Fair Day, which is an international festival now, you know what I mean? So it's a real town. It seems to have that little energy to it. So it's great.
A great community.
Thank you very much for coming in and having a chat. And well done on all your work. And long may it continue. And we see more and more of these brilliant facilities around the town and the county indeed. So thank you very much for joining us. Cheers.
Thanks,